Hey, mother flipping piece of greatness, especially this video is going to be really important for my close friends, my soul friends who really want to do third eye hugs at Grim Jam. Now, what I'm about to tell you, especially, you're going to find this hilarious. So, you know before when, when I figured out the third eye hug, the logic to it and the initial logic to it. Well, got two lighting sources now instead of just this. It's not even a lampshade anymore. So, I figure out the initial logic to the third eye hug from Dark Winter, from the last batch of Dark Winter that made me cry against a tree, cry hugging a tree. It was that bad. I rarely cry. It was bad. It was bad. I felt lonely, and so I thought, you know, the hug is said to be, my friend Paul said to me when I used to have him around every week, initially as a personal assistant, and then my parents basically, metaphorically speaking, punched him in the face, and well, he was he felt like my only good friend back then. Parents. Anyway, he said that the hug is known as a universal gesture of acceptance. Because of David Snyder's own logic on energy lines and their NLP logic on universals, I said there must be an energy line for the hug. And initially I didn't really understand what that meant. An energy line for the hug. Now I know what it means. An energy line in your system that your feelings travel across whenever you go into the gesture, without you realizing it. Now, I'm gonna fucking shut this fucking window because a dog just ran past the window and distracted my fight or flight system. So, I said, why don't I train breathing in and out of that energy line? Initially, I was playing I was playing the original Super Mario, doing it at a distance. Every time I felt low, every time that I would win, I felt really lonely, and I felt really hurt. So I trained it. I'm not safe at work, people. One person in particular, initially. And I also did it on quite a few other people. Then it was tremendously, that process, it was tremendously difficult. It's a tremendously difficult skill to gain. Maybe have been a bit harder than getting dollar basketball initially. Distractions in this video. Little bit later on, so Underground Project 11, I believe it was, happened. Cascade of Height and Love there, and then I figure I train another universal gesture of Pig Love, Height and Love, and it fires my system in it. However, I actually didn't get that fully right. It's like in order to, I think you might have to reach a certain level of quality of soul and quality person in order to try new things in the first place. because I think they require you to reach a certain state of bliss, because it puts you in those states of bliss. Maybe a certain level. Third eye awareness is going to be trained automatically, and also of course life trajectory. Like, I think that by definition, training these is going to be serendipitous. I don't think that's something you can get past here. So, once I figured out, now we're at Saturday, 17th of August. It may be that God just wanted me to miss out on going to SPL to figure these things out. I've figured out really useful methods for how to use crystals, right? How to get the power out of them. And I've been frolicking through my crystals. I've been going through my crystals, getting the power out of them. Although, one thing occurred to me when I was messaging Leah Walker, RIP. One thing occurred when I was messaging her. You look at basic acupuncture meridians, and it occurred to me that I had been using the same fucking meridian, the wrong fucking meridian, the entire time. If you want to use a heart meridian, you breathe. Say with a crystal, right? If I want to send this energy through this crystal through my heart, I breathe through my pinky in order to access that. There's supposed to be another acupuncture meridian here, apart from the heart. Although the heart's there, right? I've been doing. I hadn't had any clue about acupuncture meridians. Now I do. This one's just breathe through this one, and you get breathe through your index finger. You get to your small intestine. This one, the two muscle wall linings of your heart. Your triple warmer, which I'm honestly not entirely sure what that means, although I might not have to here, because for one thing I'm just I should know that. I should know that. Anyway, I've been going through my crystals. This is why this video has been quite important, is because I started with my golden rutilated quartz, which is a clearance crystal. I thought that this provided a very big frequency thing, and then I found that these two work perfectly well with the third eye hug. So I think it's a jasper and an amethyst. Then I went for breathing through each individual meridian through the first part of the third eye hug, and it turned out that each finger actually controls a different peak state gesture. Especially when, I think that the more peak state gestures you have in your system, that you've trained the energy line to, the more you'll be able to get to here by conscious will. I've been going indirect this entire time. However, I have been doing the third eye hug this entire time. It hasn't been the most direct. Because the most direct is if I breathe into this pericardium, fancy name is called, the wall linings of my heart, right, that activates the third eye hug. My other fingers activate the other crystals. I mean the other peak state gestures. Like if I go through my pinky and aim it towards someone in my head right now who's undoubtedly going to be watching this, then And then there's an interesting part. Like, let's do the same thing except with the third eye hug with the same person. I think that will undoubtedly be the resources I use for Dan Calvert's massive third eye hug at Grim Gym. However, let's ditch both of these crystals right here, and I'm going to use this crystal on the same pericardial meridian. So same person. Let's see if it accesses a different gesture. I think this crystal is supposed to be a master healer as well. But so there's different crystals, same gesture. Let's use this. Let's use this one. Let's use this one. Makes you so cheerful when these crystals just put you in a naturally high state that you're meant to be in. When you're meant to be in when you're happy, when you're truly happy. Like I meant to be this. I meant to be this cheerful person, just naturally, and I can get there with an angel tuner and a crystal quite quickly. And my ritual. I'm just supposed to be this cheerful person with a grin on his face. Let's try with like 50 shades of a third eye hug, 50 shades of love right here. And if you would have asked me about this stuff a decade ago, I would have thought you were crazy to have gotten to this point. Though not, perhaps not if you would have asked me 1 or 2 years after a decade ago. So, 2015-16. Oh. Let's use the rose quartz now. If this is making you feel impacted, then tell me which crystal to take to Grim Gem. Let's use a rose quartz and I use the same logic. Like I have a variety of crystals here. This is my coping crystal. This is my coping crystal. Sunstone, so shine bright. Rose quartz. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna get my golden rutile. And my apple juice. Let's do rose quartz first, you know? It's like, once you put specificity to this stuff, it starts becoming more practical and therefore perhaps even more reliable. Like third eye hugs might be more reliable because of this. It might actually work on anyone, eventually. Might work on people who don't resonate with me. It might even cut through a lot of negativity, you know? It would be so precious, you know, if third eye hugs worked on literally everyone from me and works regardless of soul state. Works regardless of quality of soul state. Wouldn't that be a mission to get to? Wouldn't that be a mission to get to? Coping crystal, desert rose. This thing is invaluable to me for coping. Valuable. Otherwise I would have had to go back on to 85% Coca-Cola and chocolate a while ago. Let us now do protection against negativity. This is how much it makes me high doing these moves. No drugs. I'm as addiction free as you can get me. No alcohol. No cigarettes. Just pick state justice. Just pick state justice. Now for my heart re-energizer crystal, my green tourmaline. This was in a family for generations, and my mum bought it for me for Christmas. Like, I've been doing third eye hugs all of this time, and I've just so happened to be doing them indirectly because they've been going down the wrong meridian. They've been going down premature, but the power has been dispersed among all the meridians, and now I've got the direct one. I want to do it with a smoky quartz now. Go on, 25 minutes. Sandstone. Brutal. Last and not least, my calcite dragon egg. Tell me what crystals you want me to bring to Grimjam and get yeeted, you mother flipping piece of greatness.